I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
Boss, show me and tuck.
Yes, sir.
Chat, I ain't gonna lie. Them picks, I ain't.
We gotta talk. Man, we gotta talk. Gonna be a good show today.
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made me to do that. That's it. So you know. Hey, you know. Hey, cause he been watching Twitter, man.
And we got the right guy, Tuck, in the building. Yeah, man, and we starting it off talking about them linebackers. Because we got to settle that, and we got a former linebacker to talk about this. Wow.
Boss, show me.
I will, because we can't waste this. We can't waste this. Man, we got the right man in the building. The right guy. Trust me. Trust me.
Shot it. Fight for see. That's how to go out. Don't go out. Just sit back. Yeah. I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for. You wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
And we gotta fight, man. Hey, we gotta fight. Sometimes even when you know you go lose, you gotta fight anyway. That's what people want to see. Oh, we go fight. J Tuck.
Oh my God. Somebody else said,
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Today's stream is brought to you by it left. It was supposed to be brought to you by Sleep App, but if you go with Sleep App, man, and you put up $100, they gonna match you on your deposit. I don't know what happened, man. It's one of them things. We gonna get through it. Now, test your mic, cause you sounded. I didn't.
Test.
Okay, turn you up a little bit. Turn you up. We want to make sure we hear you today.
Crank.
Yeah, you sound great now. So first of all, how your back, bro? Coming back from the game.
Hey man, my back's in pain right now. I can barely walk, but it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Old age catches up with you. I didn't even do nothing, boss. Got out the car yesterday, getting ready to head to the stadium. My back just went out, man. But I went out there, still representing for my Cowboys. Stood. There was an 84-year-old lady next to me at the game, and she was standing up, going hard. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna stand up and go hard with you, but I'm definitely paying the price for it right now. But we're gonna get back. I'm gonna be all right. I'm sitting down comfortable. So
yeah, man, we had to. I mean, shout out to my boy Tuck, man. It's in your blood, my brother. You can't get it out your system, man. You addicted. You love these Cowboys, bro. And the fact that you went out there on a bad back and you still, was rooting them boys on. And these are hard times, man. But these are times we could actually do something, So
yeah, pain meds. Oh man, I talked to you when I talked to Law last night and didn't even remember.
Dog, you sounded like you was on the best green of all time, mixed with that good alcohol, bro.
I have none of that, man.
Because I asked, I said, you been drinking? You don't even remember.
I don't remember nothing, bro. I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, because you was on the pain meds, boy. So let's get to it, man. The first thing I want to start with is linebacker.
Okay.
Because I always do shows on Monday and I say slept on it. And it gives us a chance to kind of expound. And this is a perfect show because this was Tuck's position. And I know you go reason through this stuff well, more than most. So I peeped some things, and I want to kind of go back and forth with you on it. I'm gonna start with first the person that been coming up, and that's K9, right? So I've been seeing some things and hearing some things. I want to just kind of break it down with you, my brother. So let's start with K9.
I feel like the defense performed after last week. I feel like this is what the standard is.
I mean, I still feel like we still stacking. I feel like, it was a good performance. We did some really good things. We executed at a high level. I think, it's definitely another level that we can take it to. And I think just continue to hone in on the little details of the defense, executing the defense, down in, down out. We'll continue to see and have success. So, that's what I'm looking forward to, is just having another good week of preparation this week, getting ready to go play another good team.
What did you guys do during last week that maybe reshifted the focus, or was it just the game plan was better?
I mean, I feel like collectively, we had a good preparation. I feel like the game plan was really solid. We kind of have a players-only meeting at the end of the week, just kind of making sure everybody's connected, making sure everybody's on the same page defensively. And so I feel like, that's kind of what you saw out there, was just a connected group. And in the moments that we didn't have, the success that we wanted out there on the field, it was an unconnected group. So it's just about us being consistently connected, for however long it takes.
For sure. I also saw a story that K9, Kenneth Murray, held a couple extra meetings with the defense, and I'm just kind of wondering how much you feel that communication, that leadership helped this week, and you want to see more of that going forward?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you're looking for, is communication and dialogue. I think that's how you execute. And those guys getting in a room on their own and making sure they're communicating out there, that's where consistency starts to creep in. If you can really, take what the coaches are giving you and then take it to another level and, meet with your guys. And, he's certainly one of the big communicators out there on the field for us. And, for him to be having those meetings, hats off to him. And, that's what it takes if we're going to get better as a defense as we progress here. And that's obviously the goal. I think we took some good steps yesterday. Obviously, we know we still have a lot of work to do there.
Yeah, I say it's refreshing to hear that the Dallas Cowboys defense did have those players-only meetings. It was needed, because I feel like they wasn't playing as a unit in previous games. You always saw miscommunications, you saw misdiagnosis. So it looks like K9 really kind of took it on his shoulders to really try to lead by example in bringing this team together. Now, my question was, and of course they really didn't clarify, was it specifically Kenneth Murray that started to have these individual meetings, these team meetings? Because if he's the spearhead behind this, even though I'm happy that it happened, boss, that's kind of concerning to me, right? Because the reason I would be concerned is he just got here. Osa, you're the made man, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You also have Donovan Wilson. You also have Deron Bland, who just got paid, right? You have Malik Hooker is out, but you have some other guys that's kind of been in that locker room. So why is it the new guy on the 1-year deal, per se, the one leading the players only meeting? It should have been one of the anchors. But be that as it may, I'm happy that it happened. It looked like it did pay actual dividends. The linebacker core did actually play better, and it's a whole conversation we're probably about to talk about here in a second. And I talked about this earlier on my TikTok, but the front seven for me, boss, in previous games, it was the biggest frustration for me. Because coming into the season one, we all coined Matt Eberflus as a linebacker guy. Some even coined him as a linebacker guru. The linebackers were not playing well. They were probably our weakest unit defensively, and that's hard to say when you have a 32nd ranked defense. So to see our front seven defensive ends starting to play a little bit better, interior play better, but also our linebackers play better, it was exciting to see that. But there was a key adjustment that Matt Eberflus made with this unit that we'll talk about here in a second, and it's something that Cowboys Nation has been mentioning frequently, and I'm glad they finally listened and took our advice.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Well, there has been this narrative amongst Cowboys fans, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, Jack Sanborn was active yesterday, wasn't it, boss?
Yes.
So Cowboys Nation, when you go and look at Jack Sanborn's stats, you see these 3 key letters: D, N, P. And what does that mean? Did not play. So Jack Sanborn was active, but did not play yesterday. And Jack Sanborn was the Matt Eberflus guy. He was the Eric Kendricks to this defense. All right.
Yep.
But it was clear as day. Even as good as he is up here mentally, he is a clear liability on that field that was getting exposed. So I've been saying it. I know you've been saying it. My dog Lou's been saying it. You have to go with younger, hungrier, agile guys that can be more disruptive. Who are those guys? Maris Leofau.
Yes.
And my guy, rookie, Shamar James.
Yep.
And you have seen just instantly by having those 2 young linebackers out there, are they in perfect position every play? Absolutely not. But they're able to make things happen. We saw Maris with the fumble, right? The forced fumble. You saw Shamar James, right? If you go through my film analysis I did on him coming out of Florida, downhill linebacker that's extremely disruptive. We saw him come downhill on that blitz, get pressured, sack on Jaden Daniels, cause the fumble, and also ultimately taking Jaden Daniels out the game. You need guys with high motor and high altitude. Have some IQ, because Maris is an IQ guy.
Yes.
But going with a younger talent, it already paid dividends for the Dallas Cowboys defense. And there were so many people, boss, I was calling it anchored in on your bias, where you just favor a player or you make so much content about a player that you don't want to just say, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. And I saw it last week that people were saying, well, our Dallas Cowboys run defense was less effective once Jack Sanborn went out. You could play that game all day, right?
Hold on real quick. Just real quick. Go ahead.
Right. So it sounded good, right? It sounded good that, okay, our run defense was bad now all of a sudden because Jack Sanborn was out. But this is not Boss Show Me. This is not Jay Tuck saying that he's a liability.
No.
This is your defensive coordinator
Yeah.
and coach who brought this man over saying, my bad. I was wrong. And he went out there and you just saw the intensity intensify when it came to having these younger players out there, when it came to our linebacker core and having Maris Leofau and also Shamar James out there who had, I think he had 2 pressures, 2 quarterback hits, the forced fumble, like disruptive guys that have a high motor when it comes to these younger guys. So I know a lot of people are going to be, oh, Jack Sanborn, don't take me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Crop me out of it, crop Boss out of it. This is your coaching staff saying, all right, we was wrong. We was wrong on this one.
Yeah. And man, first of all, this is why I love doing shows with Tuck. Because I was frustrated too for different reasons, man. It was obvious that Sanborn was a sponsorship thing. Mm-hmm. This was one of those my guy things, like you said, the Eric Kendricks. But see, Eric Kendricks was actually an asset versus Sanborn was always a liability. He was always a square being forced into a circle hole. Always. He didn't play middle linebacker in Chicago. He wasn't the green dot. He only played strong and weak side. The person who always, all the way back to his OU days, that was the green dot was Kenneth Murray.
Right.
So I said this even after Micah left. I said, I misspelled fool. I said, don't fool yourself. It is leadership void with the divorce of Micah. Likely Murray will feel it. Linebackers are the QBs of the defense, and it is natural for linebackers to take command of the huddles. The whisper of Matt mixed with the upside of Murray will fill the void. Now, I was wrong on that C part because I didn't anticipate the politics of Sanborn. Because, see, ain't it funny that as soon as Sanborn was gone, the person who naturally stepped up and started having his own meetings to get everybody together.
Players only meeting, was it just defensive players? Or
Yeah.
And who organized that on the defensive side?
All the defensive leaders. I went in there, ran the meeting.
And notice he humble about it. It was him, but he not saying it was me, but it was him.
Calling plays, making our calls, making sure everybody can hear what it's going to sound like, from, DB, D-line aspect of. And then at the same time, like, making sure everybody connected and knowing what to expect as far as, like, how our D-line may play a certain run, how we can expect our DBs to come down in coverage, and how they're going to be able to fit off of it and how it all works together. Because I think cohesively, like, everything works together, whether it's D-line, linebackers.
We ain't never heard Sanborn talking like this.
Right. And as your Mike, he is the quarterback of the defense. He is the quarterback. So that should have been
always the case.
Right? But that's your Mike, right? You need the Mike to be the anchor. And it seems like Kenneth Murray, because I didn't catch that part. He said all the defensive leaders, but I let you.
Yeah. All the defensive, but it was me, dog. It was me, dog.
Right, okay. So I caught you, Murray. So you did actually lead the meetings, right?
He definitely.
Yep. He wanted to make sure that everyone understood the calls, the assignments. So that once again is him being the QB, that everyone behind him knows what's going on, right?
Yep.
Because as a linebacker, for someone who played linebacker, you need to talk to your safeties. They need to be on the same accord. Because even I didn't play Mike, I played Will, but still, you have to know what the coverage is behind you.
Right.
You have to know what the shifts are in front of you. You are putting everything into place, right? You typically see the Mike linebacker, he comes up and taps the nose tackle or defensive tackle, but hold a slant. So there's so many different things that's going from an IQ standpoint when it comes to Mike, besides just being able to come downhill, digest, read, and react.
Right. And that was the problem with forcing Sanborn is even if you have the IQ, do you have the experience to lead the men? See, that's the difference. The difference is I've been leading men for a long time. I've been leading men in the NFL. Can we talk about something real quick? Because I've heard some people kind of get it off. I heard some people trying to blame Diggs, and they were saying the communication got better with the absence of Diggs. Can you explain that the communication comes from the middle? Because because I'm going to say this as a cornerback. All my coaches used to say, you ain't got to think.
Right.
Because I was in a place to where I couldn't see everything,
Right.
The people in the middle see everything. The safe. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It comes from the middle, not the outside, because there's so many different things going on from a corner. So if I'm playing the middle linebacker and Boss is communicating as a corner, of course he might be communicating with his other corners depending on what's happening, right? Like, okay, let's say there's going to be
bunch.
I don't know, a bunch, right?
Right.
Okay, and it's going to be like a mesh concept. Okay, so you're going to take that, right? That's what they're not talking about.
Back up 1 yard, little stuff.
Exactly. Little stuff. Like the communication is not Boss talking to me like, hey, tuck the A gap, or
I'm not tapping the defensive end on the butt to scoot over for a different exchange. No.
Right, exactly, right. So the communication comes from the linebacker. I'm seeing
and
everything.
The safeties.
In the safeties, right? I'm telling my other linebackers, whether it's my Will or the Sam, to push over when this tight end goes to motion, okay, and all sorts of different things. I'm telling Osa to get in the C gap or the B gap because I'm gonna take a inside crossing dog. Like I'm doing all that as the middle linebacker. So everything communication wise comes from the interior. The back end stuff is very minimal, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's
exactly. Facts. And so, basically, in a nutshell, Eberflus was messing us up with his boy, his guy. And it was holding back the linebackers from assuming what they already should have been. And that's why I already predicted. I said, give these dudes 2 weeks without Sanborn. And even Brian talked about it. Like, Brian broke down the breakdown with the linebackers versus the Jets.
Let's be honest, we didn't play the run very well yesterday. And we gave up, I think, 6 explosives, and a lot of that was some of the alignments. The linebackers got to adjust and move and change, and Shamar James is going to be an incredible player in this league. I really do believe that. And K9 got forced into a spot he hadn't been playing when you lose Sanborn. But
See, that was the game everybody was talking about. Them linebackers look like they out of position. They was forced into spots they wasn't playing, and the communication was off. So that's where you had to have real leadership, and that's where you're starting to get now. So what you're saying to me, and I want to talk to you about it as a linebacker and a former linebacker that played Will, to me to say we got even more upside.
We do, because what I feel like, and I know, Boss, you talked about this in other shows at other positions, right? Offensive line, cross training, right? Making sure that offensive linemen are prepared to play each side, right? I feel like where the Dallas Cowboys did the biggest disservice was who else was prepared for the mic outside of Jack Sanborn. And it sounds like nobody else was prepared. When Jack Sanborn went down, it was like, oh, shit.
They was playing on instincts.
Murray, can you do it? I mean, I can't. I kind of, but I really don't know. But I can. So then the miscommunication was off early because he tossed him out in a position he wasn't played. Where if you really know things like we know things, it should have either been Kenneth Murray at the mic, or you should have been leading Maris Leofow to be the mic and be the communicator. Because the one thing that when I scouted Maris Leofow out of the University of Notre Dame is communication IQ. Like, you can go back to all my draft film, everything. The one thing that stood out with Maris was IQ, right?
Yes.
And then last year you had him kind of being under the arm of Eric Kendricks, who was extreme IQ as well. So if there's any role you should have been preparing for the middle linebacker or just your communication role, because it doesn't have to be the mic, right? It should have been Maris Leofow. But there was always this situation about communication. So just like you're saying, Boss, once Jack Sanborn went down, it was like, who else knows it?
They was playing wild.
Right.
But then all the content creators and writers was, and not even listening to the situation. It all, honestly, you said it best, Tuck. This is why you so cold. It came down to Matt Eberflus not having a good contingency plan, which is the worst rule of a defense. You always know you got to have your backup just as prepared as the starter, especially the main communicator. It just it has an ugly smell of politics to it, to where, to be honest, it looked like you got straightened up, by a real coach.
Well, that was an exciting room in there, and they should be excited. We were obviously, every Cowboy fan should be excited how that defense played, and they really did some impressive things out there. Credit goes to head coach, who spent a lot of time on that side of the ball this week.
Look like you got straightened up, because ain't it funny? Now that Brian came in there and he audited them, he did an audit. He came in there and did an audit. Now all of a sudden he do an audit, and your boy ain't even getting no snaps.
Right. Zero. DNP.
DMP did not play at all.
Yeah, Shawty said, hey, man, I messed your dog, bro, but nah. You know? And so what it forces me to kind of start thinking about is, because Shawty was on the podium, you know, Maris seems to be more consistent. Was Shawty saying and seeing things that was causing inconsistency in Maris, or was that just being funneled from Matt Eberflus and Shawty was just kind of just going with Matt was saying?
See, and that goes back to the problem with your question. Let's now point to the problem. This is why me and you had a problem with Jerry running to hire Matt Eberflus, because that causes this dynamic, right, of can I just jump my D coordinator ass because it's my owner that hired him? It's this power dilemma that make you tiptoe. So you late to solve problems. You have to do it politically. You got to do just like Mike McCarthy. You got to let Kelly Moore fall on his ass. But when he fuck it up, then you come up and say, I never was a fan of those option routes. But you got to let the chaos. See, that's the environment that we create.
Right. We had to become the 32nd ranked defense in order for Shotty to be able to be comfortable to go spend majority time. Because my question was, you should have been doing this shit after Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
boom.
But you could,
take it easy
so
on the back.
Spend more time when it came to the defense all of a sudden because it was so bad. Something had to be done. And I just think that when you have this conversation, it makes you kind of look up and say, okay, what happened? And I'm surprised that no one really asked about the Jack Sanborn thing. You know what I'm saying? No one's asked about that, but it's just okay. That goes to my biggest problem. Listen, y'all, was I a fan of Brian Schottenheimer being hired in Dallas? No, but it's not because I do not believe in Brian Schottenheimer. I believe Brian Schottenheimer is a phenomenal coach. I would probably love to play with Brian Schottenheimer right now. It's the extra stuff I know this man has to deal with. I'm just like, bro, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you, bro.
Like, God bless you. Like, it's hard to fight. Like, Shotty, I want to fight for you, bro, but I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, I'm tired as hell.
I'm tired, bro. Like, I ain't got too many fights. You know what I'm saying? So that is my problem when it comes to just Brian Schottenheimer. I believe in this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's KU. He's from my own backyard. You know what I'm saying? I should damn sure be riding with Shotty. But it's just these extra battles that goes on behind the scenes that I know that he has to deal with. That's what kind of frustrates me. So yeah, I'm happy that Brian was able to say, okay, Dak in the offense, y'all good. Clayton, y'all got that. Let me go into the defensive room and find out what is really going on and have tough conversations. Nope, I don't like that. We're going to take that out. Hey, I know we've been playing zone 96% of the time. Now, all of a sudden, they're playing man 46% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Shotty spoke about it in last week's press conference about, spacing in situations, right? Giving them 9 yards of cushion when it's 4th and 2. So Shotty had to roll up his sleeves, go into the defensive rooms and give them an audit, and it paid dividends versus the Washington Commanders.
And to a degree, I got to give Jerry and them credit too, because that was the benefit of Shotty when he first got to Dallas being a consultant. Because remember, he was on a defensive side, and he was telling them, if I was an offensive guy, this is how I would attack y'all. But it made him have to deal on a defensive side. That's low key, very good job training by Jerry now, like keeping it real, right? So to where because you know this as a VP, a lot of times you have to get and groom people for these jobs. You don't just throw people into them vice president jobs. You go have them work in this department, work in that department. Then I'm gonna have you as the OC. I'm gonna have you as the consultant. Like that is where we have to give Jerry and them a degree of credit for preparing him and giving them jobs that allow him to go back and now, in my opinion, consult Matt Eberflus during crisis times like this. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. When it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, and I kind of been using this term for myself, and I also applied to Shotty, it's one of my favorite cartoons for all my cartoon heads. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not sure if you've seen that, boss, but when it came to Avatar, he had to go learn all these traits from the OGs, right? So in order to be able to bend and mold fire, he had to go learn from the Fire Lords, right? And then to bend air, he had to learn from the air and the water. Like he had to learn the earth, like from all these OGs that came before him. That is the same exact thing when it came to Brian Schottenheimer, right? Yeah. He learned from Pete Carroll. So he had Pete Carroll, but also Pete Carroll used to send that man on missions. Hey, go find out what the hell Kyle Shanahan and them doing, right?
Yeah,
so he had to study with Shanahan and them were doing, right? And then also he was working with Dan Quinn and find out what Dan Quinn was doing from a defensive standpoint. So go learn that, right? And so go learn all these different traits and things and being under Rex Ryan and all these. So even though it took him almost 14, 15 years to become a head coach, he's learned so many different traits that he's able to now apply with his coaching philosophy, where now he can have this Kyle Shanahan hybrid kind of avatar-ish type offense, right? But learn the passing game, but also go and step into a defensive room and say, nah, this is not it. This is not working. Like you said, this is what can be exploited. This is what I want my defense to look like. This is how we can do it with the current personnel and be able to talk it confidently, where Matt Eberflus like, okay, I see what you're saying, man. So I think that's like Shotty, like you're saying, all the training that he's done throughout the course of his lifespan has prepared him from this moment, and he's able to step into these rooms and have these tough conversations. And I think he demanded that respect from Matt Eberflus, who's kind of been standing on this, it's my way or the highway. It's good that he was able to do that.
So, Tuck, as a former linebacker, I'm going to lean on you now. Super heavy now, bro. I got to lean. I'm going to even change the vibe, man. This is pretty much finna be, I'm going to lean on you and your thoughts on this, what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Okay.
We know, and I know me and you keep up in the streets. We watch the streets strongly. Mm-hmm. Now, we both been hearing a lot that we need linebacker. Mm-hmm. Do we need linebacker?
I would say yeah. I would still say yeah.
Okay.
For me personally, I would still say yeah. Even though I do like Kenneth Murray, I feel like, I like the leadership that he just demonstrated. I feel like he still is a exploitable Mike linebacker. But I would like to have a guy that's kind of But here's the thing. I think that Kenneth Murray can grow. And of course, we find out today they just opened the Marvin Overshown's window, right?
Yeah,
so it depends. Without that, reinforcements really are on the way. So for me personally, I would go get a guy, but it's not my number one priority, right? Because I do feel like the more reps and the more that you give Maris Leofau and Shamar James when the game starts to slow down, it's going to make things easier for these kids. And you add that with explosiveness, hopefully the Marvin Overshown, Maris Leofau, Kenneth Murray being your Mike, right? And then also Shamar James. Now we're starting to cook a little bit. You can still toss Jack Sanborn out there, Damone Clark out there, right? But with those four, it gives you young, high octane, which I think this Dallas Cowboys defense was desperately missing. I do not care about people being in wrong spots if I see efforts. When I scout draft prospects, linebacker position, right? The one thing I want to see is motor. Can you get to the ball? Your money is at the ball, right? That's where you make your money. So can you see it? And only can you see it, can you react and get there? Now, sometimes you can get misdirected. Sometimes you're going to be out of place, right? But if you're giving me max effort, I will accept that. And I'm seeing that when it comes to Shamar James and also Maris Leofau. And I feel like the longer that they start to get more reps and get more snaps, it starts to slow down. My very first game playing linebacker, I was in the damn frenzy.
It's fast.
But people don't understand how fast it happens, right?
Man.
You come out, you got your assignment. Oh shit! Now the tight end just went into motion. Motion. Oh, now the running back then went out, and you know what I'm saying? He didn't flex out. Now they're empty. Like you scrambling, then it's, you know what I'm saying? There's so much like going on, right?
Yeah.
It's
a lot of thinking and instincts.
But there comes a point through every play, well, not every player, but majority of players' careers where it's just like, oh, okay,
It slow down, like quarterback.
Okay. Yeah, just push. All right, push over there. You got the tight end. I got the weak side. I got, you know what I'm saying? And then it slows down. So then when you're not thinking like you just said, boss, that's when I'm able just to play and go all out. So, I think linebacker, if you can improve the room, you could. I don't know what's out there right now. I really haven't looked that heavily. But I think it's in a better situation than it was.
Yeah.
I just felt like Jackson. Here's the thing. When it comes to Jack Sanborn, I'm not going to act like he's just football, right? I'm not one of those people.
In between the A and B gaps, I like him.
A and B gaps, coming downhill, built for tough, being able to take on blockers in certain occasions in the run game, right?
Yep.
He can see it. he can see it, right? He'll see it, but can he D it, right? You know what I'm saying? Pause if you want to. Meaning I can see, okay, this is the play, this is the gap, but do I have that motor to shoot out of my stance
and make the
get
play?
that running back there? He can't. Downhill and B gap he can. Sideline to sideline, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were saying, all right, Tuck, when Jack Sanborn went down, that's when teams started running on us, which was okay, whatever, bro. But we were also during that time, boss, what was happening to our Dallas Cowboys defense? It was getting aired out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they know there's not a tight end you can match up with. Also, Matt Eberflus had our linebackers out of position constantly. He goes to that Green Bay game. You had Kenneth Murray running downfield with Matthew Golden. Like, those aren't those types of players. So when we didn't talk about this, the linebackers in Maris and also Shamar James, what also happened yesterday, you saw more Marquise Bell out there as well.
Take it easy on my back, man. You going too goddamn
fast. My bad.
Take it easy on my back.
Because these everything you bringing up was also what Shotty brought up in terms of green dot conversations. He talked about, man, let me play it. See, let me show y'all how my boy Tug be on it. I told y'all he the right one for this one. Listen.
Communication. I just can't say enough about that, Todd. I mean, just the way our guys communicated and with some different pieces in there. Marquise Bell did a really good job. I was really proud of him.
And see, that's what Tuck would talk about, that communication that's coming from Marquise Bell. See, y'all, people remember this. The communication comes from the middle.
Shamar James, K9 was awesome. I mean, it's so good to see him kind of take control, and that was great. And then, Donovan Ezeraku, I mean, I just think he's a rising star. You don't have to say hi.
All right. John Schroeder with The Athletic. You mentioned Kenneth Murray, and he was just talking a little while ago about getting the defense together. The guys together are kind of on their own last week and going over the calls and putting in that extra time to make sure everybody was on the same page. When you hear that as a coach, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually I just heard that in my prep for you guys. It gets me jacked, man. It gets me excited. You know, when we went out and got K9, one of the things we loved about him was the leadership and the passion for how he plays the game. I was not aware of that.
That part bothered me right there, Tuck. See, that part bothered me a little bit, just keeping it real. Just that part. Because it's like, how do we not know that was his former job? And what made y'all have confidence in somebody that never did the job on the NFL level? Like, so... And it's like, I'm not even in the building, and I said, likely he go assume me because he's been doing it his whole career.
Right.
You know? And then I don't know, bro. It just kind of bothered me. It's I would want Brian to kind of see that problem coming down the path. It's like, anyway, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I would say it's frustrating for me from a standpoint because I made this aware that I'm going to the NFL Scouting Academy, and I wrote my first report. And for my first report, I did it on Trevor Penning, the right tackle. He's playing right guard now for the Saints, right? But I had to write out every little detail, right? And this is like a 2-page report from going all the way back from Northern Iowa to NFL, right? And even after that, they redline everything, boss. Right? They got to it's like they want more information. So how, as a scout, do you submit a report on Kenneth Murray to Will McClay or the linebacker staff and not show, okay, he has former reps at middle linebacker, communication issues, great. Like that has to go, that should go into the report, unless they just making me work triple overtime right now and having to rewrite. Like, so you should know those things, right? Going back to the opening clip with Micah Parsons and all those, like that should be in a scouting report that, hey, outside linebacker does have reps at edge, not frequently, but has played the position, show bit, like all of that should be in your.
We should have already had a profile on you that said that you are the natural green dot.
Right.
Versus you forced the green dot. And because Jack Sanborn has to be smart because he's in the right positions a lot. He just don't make the play when he's there. But it should have already been known that we have a guy that's been doing it. Right. So I don't know. That part. Now,
Week 7. Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know. It's like, what? All right, cool. I feel like though, uh, it's one guy that's getting a dirty hand right now, bro.
Mhm.
Uh, at the mic, at the green dot. I hate the fact that to me how many times he gonna knock people out on special teams, bro? It's like
Right.
we from the old school where special teams used to earn linebackers playing time. You remember them days? Like how many
Right.
times he go lay out? Every damn week he laying somebody out. You can see the mentality. You can see the intelligence. He played 20 positions at Notre Dame,
Right.
right? Zimmer raved about his intelligence. You can
Right.
I spoke to him before, man. The dude is very articulate. Like this guy gives such a vibe of old boy from San Fran. Can't remember his name.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. He
Right.
screams Fred Warner to me, bro.
Mhm.
And we not letting that speed and physicality on the field, bro. And I still smell politics. I'm being honest. Because see, I
Yeah.
know Brian's guy is Shamar James. That's Brian Schottenheimer's guy. It's I hate the fact that we seem to be the type of team that's led about sponsorships and who bet on you versus who got it.
Right. Yeah, bro. I don't understand the Maris thing. Because one of the reasons I don't understand the Maris thing is because I would think that one, the Dallas Cowboys would want to protect their third round pick. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they love their draft picks, right? So that should be one. But two, like I said, the number one thing that stood out, and Cowboys Nation, Zimmer's defense was 1,000% more complicated than what Matt Eberflus was running. So if he trusted him with the IQ, because I think Maris had 520 snaps last year in Zim's defense, right? If Zim trusted him in that defense, what would be so complicated about Matt Eberflus where you're seeing inconsistency or need to show more consistency? There is no way that you can convince me that Maris Leofau doesn't understand this defensive philosophy.
You're
You
right.
can't convince me that he's not a good communicator and that he cannot read and digest. Now you can say, does he have the physical stature of a linebacker? You know what I'm saying? As a Stan Sanborn does. No, his neck is not like he doesn't have that prototypical wide body linebacker frame. But when you're talking about IQ, motor, key and D,
Tough,
being able to
physical,
give 1,000% every play, hard nosed, and still young and still figuring it out. It is Maris Leofau. Those reps have to increase. They have to, and also he's good in coverage as well.
Yes, he's
good in
Fred
coverage as well.
Warner. We fucking with Fred.
Yeah. I mean, it's all there. He's just young. But like I think DMV did one because it was him, and I forgot the other kid that was in Notre Dame. But yeah, Maris was every time you watch Maris, it was point.
Right.
There.
Right. Yeah, right.
Hey, no, you over here. No,
Right.
get over.
Zimmer said he was impressed with him. His brain.
Right, his brain. So how all of a sudden, he just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think once it's sponsorship, right? I brought my boy to the party. I want to party with my boy. Until finally, Shotty had to say, hey, y'all break it up when we going with Maris. And we saw dividends, bro. We saw it. He got there and just punched that ball out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even on special teams, he's headhunting. Like, that's what I like in linebackers. Whenever I watch a linebacker, because you remember, Boss, when I did Ivan Pace, it was that what I saw in Ivan Pace. I didn't care about the stature or anything. I saw a guy that can play with high motor, playmaker, just be around the ball. One of my favorite football players that's ever in life, and he wasn't a Dallas Cowboys player, was Troy Polamalu.
Yeah.
And Troy Polamalu was just always around the ball, just making things happen, bro. Whether it's jumping over the pile to stop a QB sneak or interceptions or punching out the ball. Like, he was just around. I love players like that. And Maris demonstrates those traits. I'm not saying it's Troy Polamalu, but he has those traits that can definitely help our defense, and you've already seen it help.
Man, so Oh man, I think we tackled linebacker really well. We got 2 more subjects. This next one go get heavy.
And see, I love this, y'all, because none of this is scripted. Because
Oh
Boss
no,
called me, asked me to do a show last night. I was on paid medicine.
I think we broke the fuck. I think we killed linebacker.
I mean, I just think that we saw an uptick, and I love that.
Yeah.
And once again, it's not us saying it; it's the Cowboys organization saying, "Hey, DNP."
Yep, DNP. So what you got to remember, people, is who was the people telling you before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the people that was riding for what's happening that's better, and who was the people that was calling Jack Sanborn, Luke Kuechly? You got to remember that, because some of y'all trusting the wrong people. You trusting people that's striking the fuck out, and their advice is actually bad for your team. Who was the people that was putting big holes in Shamar? And who was the people that was quiet as Jack Sanborn was missing all them tackles? So you got to keep that in mind, man. So, and it is confirmation, right? That because we was always saying Jack Sanborn is in the way. When other people was calling him Luke Kuechly, I was saying, no, bro, he's in the way. He's making us worse. His lack of athleticism is holding up people that should be getting them game reps and getting better. So, you know, it's got, and see, now we finally getting ready to get better, even before Overshawn get back.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they're not rushing him back too. FYI.
Yeah. I mean, they are, but it's just at
that's
this point,
Cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Now, that bullshit.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Diggs, see, out of protocol, in protocol, what's the plan?
Yeah, he's still in protocol. Yeah, still in protocol. We did see him today. Jim and our doctors did see him today, and they sent him home.
So, and this is what he said yesterday.
2 questions. There's a million theories, Coach, about Trayvon Diggs. I was hoping you could put one of them to rest. Is it your intention and plan that Trayvon will be a part of this team whenever he's cleared?
Yeah.
Medically?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Trayvon fan, you know, and I'm excited to get him back, and hopefully it won't be, too long.
So, this is how I want to approach
that one was for today, right? That one they sent him home today?
Yeah, they sent him home. And they said, but they also said yesterday, that they was go check on him today to see, so, before we kind of get into the nitty and gritty, we might only be able to cover 2 subjects. I wanted to cover fuck them picks with you, but we might not get to that because Trayvon might take a second.
Okay.
Because I know me and you go really pull out the weeds in this. Like, it's a lot of people that's on that bullshit right now. But I know me and you, I know how Tuck is. He knows this topic well. He's very researched on this, and he has a great post for the community on this too. The first thing that I want to talk about, and just say this candidly, Cowboy Nation, it is big business to stir up drama by the old media. And Tuck and I know that, and that's a majority of what's going on, to be honest. Tuck has been keeping up with this honestly better than anybody. So I'm gonna just show a couple of things to paint this picture, then we go just take off and we go build it up to where we are now. So if you look at even when, and this is when, if it go ahead and load, this is from ESPN when Trayvon had 11 interceptions. I don't know why it's taking long to load, but when it come up, this is what it's gonna say. Trayvon go talk about how he had to deactivate his Twitter. Okay. He had to deactivate his Twitter because of the toxicity. Diggs said of social media, I usually don't be on Twitter a lot, but I'm in camp and I'm trying to focus, trying to lock in just to be better every day. This was when Diggs had 11 interceptions. And they was focusing on PFF and lying on him, saying he gave up 1,000 yards. So, and then Tuck hit this to me. Like, and I didn't even see this. So it came out from the Dallas Morning News. That's supposed to be super creditable. Trayvon Diggs' fall in practice just adds to the drama surrounding Cowboys cornerback. They got a picture with him laying on the ground like he's hurt, like he fell and hurt himself. And Tuck was like, go look at the real picture, boss. And then I go look at it and look at this. Do that look like he hurt? Or do that look like he having fun at practice? Tuck, go ahead and take off, bro, because I know you finna take off with this.
Man, it's a dirty game. No, and I'll say this, man. Years ago, when I coined the phrase "new media," right, my expectation was to take the ways of old media and add our flavor to it, add our spice, add Boss's buttons, add Botch's shades, add my bravado, add Big Games is Truth, add Law's freshness, add Sky's production, and so on, right? But also keep the foundation of journalistic integrity. So a lot of people don't know this. I have a journalism degree. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
I have a journalism degree.
What?
My mama has one. I have one, and my middle son is now following my footsteps. He's in journalism at the University of Kansas, right? So I have a journalism degree. I have 2 degrees. I have one in business and one in journalism. You know what I'm saying? And smart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I used to write for the newspaper. I used to do all that, right? And the number one thing that we always spoke about was journalistic integrity. And that's something I try to live by, because you can't be compromised as a respected journalist. So you can't weigh one way or another. Like, for instance, Clarence Hill can't walk into the podium, the press room, in a Dak Prescott jersey, right? Because it's going to waver his bias. He has to be neutral. That's why you always see him repping his fraternity instead, right? So when it comes to content creators, I feel like, and also media, journalistic integrity is now being sacrificed for clicks, entertainment, and engagement.
Right.
And that was a clear example of, like you said, Dallas Morning News. This is not so-and-so's blog or anything like this. Is Dallas Morning News headliner, and it's still up. Yeah, obviously, you got the, you know what I'm saying? It's still up. And they painted this picture that Trayvon Diggs had a setback and hurt himself at practice.
Right here.
When it was clear as day.
He did.
Clear as day. He is just engaging with the fans, having fun, and fucking around. And so it shows how things have gotten in sports. And for me personally, boss, I know you do it, I do it, others do it. I try to be fair by these players. I don't swing one way or another. If a player's playing well, they're playing well. They're playing bad, they're playing bad. We just call it like the film says it, right? But it's not a I'm out to get you. But what happens is, especially in the Cowboy space, we find an opportunity and we see who's under attack, and they just strike for blood, whether they're right or wrong. And we all know, why did that article get posted, Cowboys Nation? Because what was the hot topic button around that time? Trayvon Diggs. Well, no, it was, Diggs got fined for the $500,000,
right?
And him and Mike. So it was just like, it was this open season to find me something Trayvon Diggs related, whether it was right or not. And there were so many people that ran with it. See, he had another setback. If he would have just trained with the Dallas Cowboys staff,
they was playing on that. That's what they was playing on. He had another. They just wanted to click.
Right.
He had another setback, and he didn't have no setback. You can see the actual picture of him, obviously having fun, like fucking with the fans, bro. Get people taking photos of him. He giving them a moment, bro. This is being a good athlete. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Bro. Oh, you serious? And they take that and they created clicks off it. And this is why people hate him to this day, because they read headlines and they form narratives. See, it's some narratives that's out there right now. It's narratives that he's moody, pouty, and it's all lies, bro. I got the full documentation. I have the full documentation of what he actually said. So people trying to make it like he went off on Matt Eberflus, and he didn't. He said, I wouldn't say it's more complicated talking about man coverage, but when you're playing man, you're right there with the person. As the weeks have been coming, playing zone has been way easier. I feel like we're on our way to getting the ball, and we're being on our way to making plays, Diggs said. Bro, he is being respectful. But then when you hear other people talk about him, they shooting him down like he's a dog. Like,
I'm done.
Possible. Could have had that.
I'm done. Done with him.
I got a couple of
Finished?
ideas.
Finished.
Can't really go there.
Finished. Done. Oh, even if something justifiable, and knowing Trayvon, he'll probably tell us.
Yeah.
He'll probably say it. I don't know. I can see him like being, blunt and honest about it. Done with it. He's that kid in the classroom. Enough is enough.
What kid? Like, what does that mean? Like, what kid in the class? What, he is that kid? What kid? Like, what?
Not worth the headache. Not worth the drama. Not worth the attitude.
What attitude? What drama? Like what? Like I'm asking a real question. What?
Not worth the sarcasm. Not worth the moping.
What moping? Where is this? Where? Where?
And see, boss, that's the thing, right? When you get to a certain level, let's say me and you have 100,000 YouTube subscribers, right? 100,000. We both at 100,000. We got our plaque, right? If I toss out some bullshit about Trayvon Diggs, let's say 10% believe me. 90% like, Tuck, that's cap, that's false. There ain't no facts to that. But 10%, like I heard Jay Tuck say, that is 10,000 people who just bought into my bullshit.
Right.
Now let's magnify that on the home of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not trying to start no riff with them because, like I said, even though they got me blocked as soon as I touched down in Dallas, I turned them on, right? But let's say 500,000. That is 50,000 people who will just buy into because I'm just mad.
Yeah.
I'm just mad. And here's the easy pickings, low-hanging fruit when it comes to Trayvon Diggs. That's Micah's friend.
Right.
Micah's friend. Yeah, he's Micah's friend. So Micah's gone. I want his friend. I don't want anybody who so it's this.
He's moping over Micah. It's like
he's moping over Micah. If Trayvon Diggs wanted to mope, he could just sit out. He's the one who should be behind schedule in the injury.
Right.
He should. If Trayvon wanted to mope, he could go on Twitter right now and says, I demand a trade. If Trayvon did not want to be in here in Dallas, I need someone to explain to me, why was he out there week 1?
Right. Why did he come back ahead of schedule?
Why did he come back ahead of schedule if he hates being a Dallas Cowboy and doesn't want to be here so bad?
Right.
But let me I'm not sure if you got more to build off of that, boss, but
a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I want to actually read his words.
Okay, go ahead.
Just real quick. I want to actually read his actual words. Okay. To where it's like, and people have these but it's based on the media trying to play us. And that's what I want people to understand. They been lying on him. Even at his best, they was lying on him. PFF said he gave up 1,000 yards. How do you give up 1,000 yards, but yet you remember him locking down DJ Moore? Yet you remember him locking down AJ Brown? Yet you remember him getting a pick 6 on D Smith? Yet you remember him locking down Evans? Yet you remember him locking down Jefferson? Yet you remember twice. Then you remember him locking down Chase twice. Where was this 1,000 yards?
It's still up on my channel. I did a film session and broke down all of his worstly graded PFF games that year. and showed the film, did it match? And they did not match at all. And everyone was like, damn. Because that DJ Moore play, he did a whole, like they were in zone, he did a whole ass crossing route across the field and broke like 4 or 5 tackles. But since he started on Trayvon Diggs' side of that zone, they counted that towards Trayvon Diggs, right?
Right.
Ran with it. He got a D, or I think it was almost an F in that game versus Carolina when he almost had 3 interceptions.
Right. And you know the sad part, me and you, we show evidence of this, but people rather go believe people that just talking. Like, this is what he actually said regarding Matt Eberflus. At the end of the day, it's not about what I want. It's not about the other people, meaning my teammates. It's about what the whole defense wants. What coach wants. Where's the moping?
Right.
What coach thinks is best for us to win. In other words, I want us to run more man, but I'm going to buy into what he's doing. I'm just making a suggestion. And if he feels like this gives us our best chance to win, we got to play it and just play it to the best of our ability, mean that stupid ass scheme. And it's not to point fingers at nobody, meaning I'm not throwing my coach under the bus. So where's the moping? It ain't nobody's fault. We just have to. This is the evidence. But we want to believe that Trayvon is moping. We just pull some shit out the air. We just pull some, he mad about Micah. We just made that up and we just throw it back at our best players.
Now, let me ask the chat. Doesn't that sound like someone who's trying to take on some leadership?
Yes. That's what it sounds like. Absolutely.
That sounds like, hey, man, if this is what coach, it's not about me, what I want, right? It's about what the defense want and what the coach wants. It's right. Like, Boss didn't chat GBT this shit. This is a quote.
This is his quote.
But see, Boss, what happens is we'll do these shows and I call it the mark of the beast, unfortunately. I hate this to our community. It's when players get this smear campaign or this red X on them, and the media and the radio start coming at them, the fans will blindly disbelieve it. And I don't care if we break down evidence line by line, bar by bar, there's still people going to say, get rid of Diggs. He's a distraction.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't. Diggs ain't no leader. Oh. I don't understand what people want from these players, and it's getting to a situation where it's just like we eat our own, as you say, Boss.
Yeah, we eat our own, bro.
Listen, I am a Dallas Cowboys content creator. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I want to say I'm pretty seasoned when it comes to understanding everything that goes on with the Dallas Cowboys, right? I was standing out there at this game. They're going through the one-on-one announcements, and they said as starting corner, Rees. Oh, you know the dude's last name. I said, who is that?
Yeah.
Where did he come from? Who? I had to start scrolling my phone. Who is this starting corner for us? And half the people don't even, 99% of the people don't even know, right? So we will tear down Micah, who's gone. We will tear down a Trayvon Diggs. We will tear down a Dak Prescott, right? But some undrafted, unknown from Tulane. You know what? We will tear down Trayvon Diggs, Cowboys Nation, publicly and hype up Jack Sanborn.
Right.
Do you know how stupid y'all look?
Right.
How stupid? Nah, my back hurts, but I'm ready to go. We will tear down an all-pro, interception leaner, one of the best defenders on our defense who's been locked down time after time. I don't even believe Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL, not because he's not, because I never had to experience Justin Jefferson going crazy on us because I had Trayvon Diggs. We will tear down and poo-poo on Trayvon Diggs, but hype Jack Sandberg up as Luke Kuechly. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
Damn.
That is a problem, Cowboys Nation.
Take it easy on my back.
Yeah, take it easy on my back, please. You know what I'm saying? My back hurt bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to, bro. But you keep cooking, bro. I'm sorry. We gotta get that back to loosen up.
But does that sound logical to y'all?
No. It's not.
Yeah. It doesn't sound how we will tear down our own players who are proven.
Yeah.
Now y'all remember, I was on a live show when we all got that alert that Trayvon's down. When he got that first injury at practice, our season's over. What we gonna do? It was prayers, Trayvon, and now it's just I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like.
We over here like trade him. Like, which is like, hold on, listen, let me like, okay. And this is what I said, bro. Nobody likes to get worse on purpose like Cowboy fans. Like, listen.
Not worth all the stuff behind the scenes.
Me or Trayvon?
Find out what the cap hit is for cutting him outright, what the cap hit is trading him for a fifth, and figure out if there's anyone around the league. Guilt the Packers into appeasing Micah Parsons to steal a fourth-round pick. Because that's what it would be, a steal, if you could get anyone to give you a fourth.
Wait. All right. This is the deal, y'all. And I say this in love. And when somebody say, boss, you was getting on Diggs on this film. I got on Diggs on his pursuit angles. I did.
Right, yeah. He ain't perfect.
Yeah. And that's me as a grading him as if I was a coach. But you know what you didn't hear me getting on him on? Tackling. You also didn't hear me getting on him with coverage. You heard me basically nitpicking, which I do every corner. If I see you not on a pursuit angle, I'm going to say it. But don't get it twisted like I don't know that he's still our best corner. This is the thing I got to tell y'all that I think a lot of people be tripping on.
I'm talking fifth. I'm talking sixth. Get him.
I messed that up. This is the number one thing to me Cowboy fans be missing it on, Tuck. We always get caught up with, hold on real quick. We get caught up with players not being what they were and forgetting that they still better than the other people that we have in the building. We do that every time. Get Dez out of here. And you know who you end up with? Cole Beasley, Hearns, T. Williams. Get Amari out of here. He doesn't play good in away games. And you end up with Gallup coming off a bad knee, has surgery in February. Get Micah out of here. I don't want his ass. And you end up with Sam Williams and Donovan Ezeraku.
Get rid of Trayvon Diggs. I don't like his attitude. And you end up with Traqueezy Bridges.
Hey, say, bro, what the fuck? It's that we get, and we do that while complaining about the D. What the fuck?
We got the 30. We let Russell Wilson go for damn near 500 yards, but now we get rid of corners because we don't like the way somebody talks.
His attitude. And listen, this is the worst part. Can we look at the champs? Can you go look at what Philly doing? AJ over there reading books. Right. He literally talking in the media at his quarterback.
Right.
But Philly is so focused on play.
Bro, they had reports that the Eagles had a private meeting. AJ Brown said, I ain't have no meat. He said, what no meat?
Did they get rid of him?
Nope. They fed him the ball the very next week.
Right. Tuck, do you remember when AJ was fussing at the head coach in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And they gave him the ball, didn't they?
Travis Kelce then chest bumped Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of stuff. But Dallas, if you dare even raise your voice. Just
If you make a suggestion, you have an attitude.
Thing, boss. He made a suggestion that we did, and it worked.
Oh, okay. I gotta hit this button, bro.
Take it easy on my back.
Damn.
He said, "Hey man, maybe we should play a little bit of man." It's the same shit that Shotty went in that office and closed them doors and said, and we went out there and put Jaden Daniels in a damn blender because his suggestion works.
Take it easy on my back.
So we've been hashtagging Trayvon was right. You know what I mean? And it's like we don't know our own history. They forgot what the real Michael Irvin was like.
Yeah.
They forgot what Charles Haley was like.
Bro, I was going to say this because I was watching the documentary, right? In today's era, we shouldn't have re-signed Emmett. That would have been all over Twitter. Michael Irvin would have been a distraction with all this off the field stuff.
Yes.
Get rid of him.
Yes.
Charles Haley is a problem. He's a problem in the locker room, and he doesn't want it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Emmitt Smith or Deion Sanders, he's too arrogant. He's all like, we would have had to deal with all that in today's society.
We would have ran all of them off today.
Ran all of them out. Bro, you know what I mean? Arrest Michael Irvin had, bro. They would have been
stabbed the teammate with a scissor in the neck.
I'm done with Michael Irvin. Get rid of him. I don't care.
Get rid of him.
A 6th round pick or 5th round pick or whatever. You know, if he can't say illegal rules, you get rid of Michael Irvin right now. I'm sick of him. He's a distraction. Do we not remember we are a football team? Do we not remember that's the overarching goals that we are a football team? And you might have some players that might have attitudes that you might not like on the football field.
Yes.
I had teammates I couldn't stand on the football field.
Couldn't stand them.
But on Sunday, they was a dog. What I'm saying, I'll toss his name out, Cajun Lee. Bro, Cajun always had something to say, bro.
I could name some dudes too. This dude named Joffrey. I couldn't stand him, bro. I run it back. He thought I was messing with his chick and she was playing with his head. And I was like, you a hoe, bro. You believe in her? She community.
But on game day,
hey, I'm dapping him up. Hey, good rub, boy.
Let's go, dog.
Let's go, dog. The same dudes you beefing with on game day, they was your brother. Man. Yeah. And see, people don't know our own history. Lucky Whitehead was messing with Zeke's accuser.
Mm-hmm. Not his girl, his accuser.
The girl that put all that heat on him. They was in the huddle breaking together. 21-8, ready? Damn. And we be crying over podcasts he's pouting when he not pouting. It's like, what would, like we, all right, fuck it, bro. So listen, y'all, let me give y'all the game on this.
I don't know if it's people who never been in the locker room before. You know what I'm saying? Because there was rumors like Joe Horn used to just go around sleeping with his teammates' wives on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But on game day, so we worry about the littlest things, bro. Like a podcast was the biggest issue. And then I go online because I'm subscribed to it. Patrick Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year, got one. This is so peaceful. It's so peaceful. You cannot find one Broncos fan that say, hey, get rid of Patrick Surtain. Now here, all these Cowboys fans talk, who should we get in the draft? Who should we get in the draft? We should move up and get Caleb Downs, right? Caleb Downs has a podcast with his brother Josh Downs. It's 2025.
Take it easy on my back.
And it's
let me tell y'all the game, y'all. This is the truth. It's capitalism. All of this is about money. Okay. You got a lot of people that's just trying to get theirs. That's what's going on. And if you listen to them, they'll tell you, we root for drama. You'll hear them radio people say that. We root for drama. Why? The ratings go up when it's drama. And guess what? If it's no drama, some of them are actually manufacture the drama. And that's why you'll see people like Diggs, and we showing you the proof. That's why I changed my name to Boss Show Me. My boy, you know, Tuck, once he showed me this, bro, I was done, bro. Like, and see, just imagine you somebody that's busy or busier than us or don't do content, and you just look at this, right?
See?
His fall at just adds to the drama. So it's gonna piss you off, and it's gonna continue to build resentment at him. So now you at a time like this, you already believe in all the negative news, and they don't care. They just want you to click. And when you look at the real reality, it is nothing like what they selling. Why? It's at the end of the day over getting clicks. And everybody do it with that star. Why do you think that what just happened with the quarterback for the Jets butt fumble, when they've been writing articles about him, who they been showing them with, Tuck?
Right.
The Cowboys. They've been showing him when he was a third string. They never showed Mark Sanchez as a starter when they writing Mark Sanchez is in trouble. They would show him when he was a third string.
Dallas Cowboy Mark Sanchez involved in vicious accident.
It's about money. And so Tuck and I here to try to keep y'all from being played. That's what's going on. To where they trying to get us to shoot our own. That's what they trying to do. And they don't care. As long as we click, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. And that same spirit done snuck into the new media.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's worse than ever. And you turn around down a little bit. The music falls in the echo.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and I tell people, like, I went through it myself, right? Because y'all know I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. When we got Kyrie Irving, I didn't want Kyrie. That's a horrible trade because he's a problem, because I don't get to dive deep in the NBA because I'm always doing this, right? But all the things I was hearing, I was like, I don't want him in Dallas. He gonna ruin Luka. He gonna ruin Luka, boss. I don't want Kyrie. He had a distraction. Look what he did in Boston, and I don't want him here. He gonna mess up. It's not gonna work, right? Until Kevin Gray, who does what we do for the Mavs, said, nah, Tuck, let me walk you through everything that was going along the way. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Oh, that was the reason why that happened in Boston. Oh, okay. And Kyrie has been the perfect saint. He's been ain't heard nothing.
Better attitude than Luka.
Yeah. And so, but see, that's how it can get. People can come in and spear things and change and influence. You have to understand this quote that comes from Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility, right? I am past the phase in my life when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if you tweet it. I don't care if you say it. Can you show me?
Ooh. I'm gonna clip that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clip that.
Can you
I'm
show
gonna put
me?
that in my next intro.
And Diggs been struggling. You see, there was a dude on Twitter. Diggs been struggling all year, Tuck. I said, okay, you want to come show me on the film? Yeah. I ain't get a response, a retweet, no nothing, because I already looked at it. You know what I'm saying? We already looked at it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, show me. Everybody can go in there and say something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But can you show me? Can you provide any research? Can you provide me any evidence, any factual, or are you just tweeting how you feel today? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to sports media. We've gotten away from integrity, and it's more about clicks and excitement and entertainment versus actually doing the work and saying, and then here's the problem, boss. They gonna clip this shit and make us like we the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not gonna even clip it. They so scary they wouldn't even face us. We
already know that. But it's just like
smoke their ass.
Yeah, but it's like because it's just like you highlighted it, you didn't clipped it, you didn't did everything right. Now, do I think Diggs might be frustrated? Yes, but let me bring this to simplistic terms, right?
Yeah,
you work for construction, okay?
Right.
You was lifting boxes at work, boss, and you tore your back up, okay?
Right.
You decided to go outside, rehabilitate on your own to come back to perform your job, all right? But by doing that, your job was slandering you publicly, okay? They also docked you from your pay, all right? You still come back to work. You find out that your favorite manager, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? He took a new role in Chicago. He's gone because they wouldn't give him the job that he deserved. So he's gone. Okay. And then your best friend, your favorite coworker is now gone. And then your new manager who you're trying to bring suggestions to to kind of show him what you done that make you successful is saying, I don't give a damn what you trying to say. And now your job is marking you as the bad guy. Are you going to be excited to come to work every day?
Fuck no.
Are you going to be on LinkedIn? You might
hell no.
I tore my back twice for you. I didn't rehab, came back ahead of schedule to work to help you out because you ain't got no qualified help. You docked my pay. I still show up. You know what I'm saying? I go out there week 1, still out there performing. You got rid of my dog and Al Harris. Micah Parsons, you got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a leader still and fight through it and bring suggestions, which y'all ultimately did take advice on and do.
Hashtag Diggs was right.
And now y'all scrutinize me in the media. Now what happens if we find out he had a slip and fall accident and really did have a concussion?
Right.
Why are you so pressing to right? Why you don't even know the story?
You don't even know the story.
You don't even know the story, but now you're just trying to get rid of him because you just have this axe to grind with Trayvon Diggs because he isn't just a corporate, oh yeah, I'll do your interviews. He doesn't go like that. And not every player goes like that. And what people got to understand, I'm sick and tired of the Dallas Cowboys corporate box. Not only from a player standpoint and an organizational standpoint, from a media standpoint.
Right.
People don't like me, not because I'm not talented, not because I don't do research, not because I can't handle the workload, right? It's because I just always don't say the right things that people want me to say. Boss doesn't so now we're a threat. I don't like Boss.
Yeah.
I don't like Boss because he has his own voice and his own opinion, right? So it's just like, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of this shut up, tackle mentality that gets the organization and our fan base. And I get it. Trayvon Diggs hasn't played outstanding, but bro, he's better than Creed Bridges. Like, come on. They're like, oh man, I get rid of Diggs. Just wait till Josh Butler comes back. I said, God damn, dog. I can't win.
I can't, bro.
I can't.
And the sad part, me and Tuck know we go lose, but we fighting anyway. It's sad. It's too late. It's already an army of people that's zombied out against Trey. It's no helping Trey. But we just go do it because it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
Like,
it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
we gonna lose this battle. We gonna
lose this battle, bro. Like they go fuck around and trade him, bro. Like, I see the right on the wall. It looked like they trying to sneak Revel in there, bro.
Yeah.
And he got a fucking knee brace that look like RoboCop.
Yeah, bro. It's not the soft knee brace, bro. It's the one with the metal hedges on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be my corner.
And fans like, yeah.
Rebel season. Wait till he comes back. You know, it's like,
we didn't learn from Gallup.
Bro, he got the metal knee brace on.
Dog, the RoboCop. He got the whole RoboCop.
Not a left guard, not a left center, a corner.
A corner.
I wish you would toss that RoboCop ass corner out there on AJ Brown.
Oh. Say, Tuck, we tried, bro. At least we tried. You know hey, we gonna do this last topic in rapid fire, bro. We gotta hit this, though. We gotta hit this.
Chat, I ain't gonna lie. Them picks, nigga, I'm not gonna hold you. And
I was like, man, you got to keep them ones, man. Them draft picks that you got from the Micah tree. I was like, man, you got to keep them ones.
Oh, they won a game and they changed his mind.
That's what I'm saying.
They won a game and
he
they
one of
flipped
them.
it.
He one of them. See, look, this my
Stay strong, Boss. Stay strong. They wrong. You right. Stay strong.
There you go. My previous mindset was, give me a couple middle but better than what we are guys. Demario Davis is much better than what we are. You know what I'm saying? Guys like miscellaneous characters that'll get us like over the.
Yeah, we get the point. Let's get it. We know what it is. Fuck them picks. Talk about it.
Yeah, man. We had this conversation in this show with Lou, and Am. I think Stargazer was on there the other day. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I would say F them picks, right? I'm 1,000% F them picks. Y'all know me. I've been F them picks out the gate, right? I would definitely go get somebody that can help this defense. but also go get me an RB2 as well to help Javonte Williams, because y'all boy, it's been 2 blowout games and we getting the same amount of carries. You know what I'm saying? So already lets me know Shotty
ain't fucking with him. I don't know why people think that Shotty ain't fuck with Blue.
He gave him some throwaways in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? He gave him some throwaways, but it's just like, yeah. So I'm gonna go get me an RB2. I would consider bringing in a linebacker, but I'll also bring in a disruptive edge. I feel like they can really keep Trayvon Diggs and let him and Deron Bland get 4 to 5 games together. Can we just at least get that before we start trading away for a 4th round pick? But the only reason why I am not being as heavy on doing it, because I just know the Cowboys mindset, y'all.
Yeah,
they are really just locked in on this future. They just really are, because they got these picks, but they don't want to fumble them, boss. You know what I'm saying? Because that podcaster had 10 pressures and 3 sacks. You know what I'm saying?
In one game.
10 pressures and 3 sacks. So they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, burn those picks. And so what can happen is, knowing the Jerry salesmanship, even if our season falls short, our defense, let me see what this said. So Deacon, I appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you.
Let me read this real quick, Tuck. Just real quick. She say, "Boss, you know where I stand when it comes to these freaking fans. They can kick rocks when in reality they're facing proof that they do want to see. But BS like this coming from fan, they believe them asses."
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Charles.
Yeah, it's my sister Deke. But yeah, so what they can do is, let's say our offense goes crazy, and we sit back saying, "Damn, we could have probably went further if we would have just helped this defense." Then Jerry can use those first 2 picks next year on 2 defensive players. Some content creators gonna hype them up. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put them in the blender, hype them up. That, this was a home run, still in the draft. They're gonna create all that excitement. Defense is back, bring in some older veteran free agent guys. We gonna call them the Legion of Boom 2.0 or Doomsday 3.0 and reel back that excitement. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. But I mentioned this in my video the other day. Jerry, if you want to win the Micah trade and you want everyone to forget about it, Jay Tutson give you one simple rule of advice. You do this right now. You do what Jerry Jones does best, and you take care of your offense. You go get George Pickens and get that deal done today. Go get that deal today. Go get that deal done today. That will buy Cowboys fans over for the rest of the season.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Don't say that though, Tuck. Don't say that part. Don't give them too much game. You give them too much, bro. That's too much.
All this shit moving different. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all them videos, and then everybody will just kind of smooth on and pass over. Even only an 8-man team.
We moving different.
We moving different. I told y'all need to give front office some credit. They moving different because they did what they was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, right? And it all will be forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, damn.
I would say F them picks. I'll say F all 4. Because I'm telling y'all right now, Cowboys Nation, y'all know who I am. I'm the wizard. Your draft class ain't it. Your draft class.
Shit.
It's not like that. Now next year, that's, you know what I'm saying, that was loaded. But this year, the guys that y'all really gonna want, and we
they gonna fly off the board.
Bang, Caleb down. That's top 10 because there ain't no quarterbacks to push it, and wide receivers probably like 2. You know what I'm saying? And running back.
These the worst type of draft. Where it ain't no quarterbacks to push.
There's no quarterbacks to push. There's no wide receivers to push.
Oh, so it's going. So everything we need going early. That's gonna be defense.
Right, defensive tackles, defensive ends are gonna be probably top 15-ish. You might be able to get linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Maybe depending around 17-ish. You know what I'm saying? But if you 21, 22,
you back to Mozzie, Taco Chart.
We back to having should we trade back, team trade back.
Yeah, team trade.
So I mean, me personally, I would go say F them picks because especially right now the way that the
Dak
NFL
playing
and Dak's playing. I mean, yeah, I would go do it. I would go do it and at least use one of them once.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
at least.
And I'll say this: you better do it before Philly do it.
Yep, because they've been on the phone. Because
they about to do it.
What you think about Jermaine Johnson?
I know he's coming off the Achilles injury. I know Jermaine Johnson. That's my dog, right? I love Jermaine Johnson.
That's for the Jets, y'all.
I wouldn't give a first round. You know, he's out of Florida State.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a first for him. Of course not. I wouldn't give a first for him.
Because that was BJ idea. He said that yesterday. And I had 4 stars on him coming out. You know, I haven't looked at him, but I just threw it at you seeing if you've been keeping up with him.
Yeah, I love Jermaine Johnson, but he's coming off an Achilles injury, bro. I'm not giving up a first for Achilles injury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he would be an improvement. He'd be instant upgrade. I mean, honestly, Will McDonald, but they wouldn't probably give up Will McDonald for the Jets. But he's more disruptive pass rusher.
I did see that. I saw the flash in him. I did see that.
Yeah,
it's not productive, but you see the flash for sure.
Oh yeah, he has that motor. So I mean, of course, I would love Jermaine Johnson, but I'm not getting up at first for my dog Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah. But man, appreciate you, man. Make sure, man, if you're sitting over on Tuck channel, y'all please hit that like, subscribe. So all my people, if you haven't subscribed to Tuck yet, what you waiting on? You tripping? And vice versa, man. Let's share the love with each other. This is one of the top people just in terms of talking Cowboy information. Most importantly, this is the most important thing. He does it with integrity. He has that journalistic integrity that's actually lacking in new media now. So what's your final words, man? We get up out of here.
Yeah, bro, it's always a pleasure rocking with you. As likewise, man. I just love content creators like yourself and others. I'm not gonna list someone because people get mad if I don't list them, but who do things the right way, who are here for the right reasons. That we started this because we want to see our team win. This was never about I started this channel because I wanted to be the guy, or I wanted to be sponsorships, or I wanted any of that. I did this because of my love for the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to see my team win. Like I said, going through a back injury yesterday, being in pain. I'm still in pain right now, but still was out there repping my team. That's what I do this for, right? That's what keeps me going as Cowboys Nation. So I'm always going to do it with that integrity, right? And I just feel like the number one thing I would say to media and also content creators when it comes to just talking about these players, don't ask of players something you don't demand of yourself, right? If you would be disgruntled in these situations that some of these players go through,
so real.
Don't act. They're not robots, right? I know we're in the AI world, but they're not robots, right? So yeah, there might be some emotional swings right now because a lot is changing around you. You know what I'm saying? You're on your 3rd defensive coordinator in 3 years. There might be a situation on the 3rd time, you and the defensive coordinator for the 3rd time might not click, right? But it's going to take some time to adjust. So when it comes to Trayvon Diggs situation, my recommendation is Dallas Cowboys, let's actually start moving different for once, right? Let's not do the public back and forth. Let's not do the media smear campaigns. Let's not do all the backstabbing. How about you and your staff and Trayvon Diggs get into a room and talk it out as men? Quietly, privately. No one needs to know anything that was said. Hey, what's going on? Where's the disconnect? Do you want to be here? And let Trayvon say, yeah, I want to be here. I want to be. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to demand from you moving forward. That just is what it is, right? Can you oblige by that? Yes, coach, I really want to be here. Yes, Jerry or Steven, I really want to be here. Yes, Shotty want to be here. Okay, cool. If not, if you want to go, then let me know. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. And then we can move you on. But let's not drag this out when we're having an incredible season of Dak Prescott playing his office humming of the Trayvon Diggs story every week, right? We just beat the Washington Commanders. We're 2nd division. Why are we talking about trading Trayvon Diggs right now? This is Victory Monday.
Oh,
it's Victory Monday, But that's what they want, right? That's what they want. Let's not have that. Let's actually move different, talk together as men, and figure out a solution. I believe Trayvon does want to be a Dallas Cowboy. right? But I don't think eventually when you take shots, human nature, like any of us, eventually will fold. If I keep tweeting about Boston, tweeting shots at him, he might say, okay, I'm gonna let a few slide, but eventually he gonna turn on his live and start shooting shots back, right? It's just human nature. We have to understand that, but stop asking for players to do what we do not demand for ourselves, right? If you don't move with integrity and show leadership in the community, don't ask Trayvon to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you preaching.
So that's just where I'm at with it. So appreciate all the content creators out there. I appreciate y'all. You know, y'all the ones who watch these shows. Y'all are pretty much informed. Y'all smart by now. Y'all know, hey man, okay, the emotional swings, but there's going to be people out there. All I tell people is stay woke. Don't get bit. Don't become a zombie, because there's a lot of people that will make a lot more profit with you hating this team and hating your players versus loving and supporting. Because sometimes y'all be mad at people and y'all don't even know why you're mad. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know why you're mad. It's just because someone else told you to be mad, man. So appreciate my dog Boss, man. Incredible work as always. And salute to all the real content creators that actually do this because they love it and they love this team. That's my final words, Will.
Man, love it. Tuck, this is my final word. You gonna hate it, but I'm gonna tell the truth on this. I think they already talked to Trey. I think this is my gut feeling. I think they told Trey, we trying to trade you. Don't show up to work. Because if you get hurt, you're gonna lose your value. I think that this is just my gut feeling. I think the Dallas Cowboys is in their feelings like they was with Amari, where they just want to get anything. Because they not thinking football first, like Philly, who they'll put up with somebody like A.J. Brown. We want to get mad at somebody who made a correct suggestion. The same suggestion that y'all actually implemented in work, you know. So I think they're trying. I think they go try to see what Rebel can do. If Rebel flop, they go say, hey, big head, come back to work, you know. But I think they first trying to do it, you know, where they drafted Rebel to be his replacement, and they have a vision to force that, in my opinion, you know. And it's where the Dallas Cowboys are hustling backwards, and the community is ready for it. They primed for it. We go get worse, and we're gonna be happy about it, just like we are with Mike. We're worse, but we're happy that we're worse. This is a genius head game that Jerry has learned and mastered, and I think it's gonna work. You know,
and the only reason why it's working, boss, is because of Dakota Rain Prescott is making it all go away.
Yeah, he they cover, he they cologne.
He the cover. He the cologne for a funky body.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And it's only so long it's going to last. You know, because a lot of people saying pressures don't matter. Jaden Daniels was sitting back just dancing in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, and all of this is not because of off the field arrests.
Nah.
EV, any of that.
Nah.
It's
because attitude. Fuck out of here.
Attitude
that you don't even see. Where the attitude? You don't even see
from
it.
a pro football player, from a professional athlete. Attitude.
Who was right? Who the same thing that y'all did that worked. Diggs said it first. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, I bet Eberflus like this
I think he don't want to be here. It's just something. It's like y'all shit on him. Like, why would he want to be in a place where the head coach shit on him, the D coordinator shit on him, the biggest content creator shit on him, the fans?
Right.
Why would he be happy? Like you say, to come to work. It's the It's like we collectively could, not all of us, but too many of us are narcissistic. It's like, how can you shit on people, spit on people, and say, why do you want to be with us?
Yeah. Well, technically, he asked to leave.
Technically, he after getting shitted on. They leave that part out. But anyway, it's like, bro, I'm never gonna turn my brain off because I'm a Cowboy fan. I think too many people do that. They support everything, even when it's shady. It's like, nah, bro, you can't support shady, bro, and you can't support getting worse. That's we need defense, so let's get rid of one of our best corners. It's like, what we doing?
I bet no one in chat without looking at can tell me what school Tracrease Bridges went to.
The dude that was actually playing in the game, number 25. That's what we talking about.
Our starter. Can't even tell me. Or what round he was drafted.
Right. And we are pushing right now for somebody with a RoboCop knee brace.
Because he's new.
Because he knew.
Mm-hmm.
So the last part is also fuck them picks. You know, I don't care about them picks, man. Let's get better now, or you go waste Dak.
Right.
And thank God that he loved the Cowboys. My boys, West Coast always say that God is a Cowboy fan because we keep getting better by accident. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Sanborn went out, and then all of a sudden, it opened up the door for you to get better by accident.
Right.
Now Sanborn done stepped, not Sanborn, K9 done stepped in there with some real leadership.
You know, DBs, you know, it's all playing as one. Everybody doing their 111 and making it all work together. And so just trying to, you know, make sure everybody understands how, you know, maybe one person's job affects another person's job, and being able to understand how that can, you know, make us all connected. And if we all do our 111, then we have, you know, successful defense.
How would you describe the tone of that meeting?
Let that boy talking about 111. We out. Good show.